So we're just gonna go through each part and I'll give you as much information as I can. It won't be long, but I'll go through everything real quick. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the 3x header beams right here. One of these is gonna be for your support that will sit on top of your 3x3s on the concrete. The other one will be for the beam lifts that will be mounted on the roof. And we'll talk about that later. So that's what the two main 3x8s are for. This is your gutter right here. It's a roll form gutter. It will eventually attach to this 2x6, which is your front fascia, and then your tails go in front of that. So there's brackets for that we'll talk about in a minute. And then inside of here, when you cut it open, there's going to be a 2x3 for the downspouts, probably two of them because it's a 30-footer. And this is a 2.5, they call it hanger or C-channel. That would go on the wall if you're doing a wall. In your case, it's going to go on just the back side of the panels when you're done, just to kind of cap them. You can just slide over the back. So you won't need that till you're almost done because of the way you're building it. And then keep coming. These right here are your 2x6 side wraps. They'll go on either side of your patio cover when you're done, and then the ends are cut with scallops so that it'll line up with your rafter tails. I'll show you more of that. These all bundled up right here in the tan and the plastic are your panels. They're the 6.5-inch Super 6 pans. They're tongue and groove, so they interlock and they overlap either header beam, and you tack them down with 10 screws. This is your fan beam. This is as thick as, look right here, get close. You can see the grooves. See, this is 3 inches wide. This is a little bit less, but it sits inside one side of the 6-inch panel, and then that's your fan support. We have other videos about that too. These are your panel caps. Some call it raceways, fan beam caps, but they can cover whatever you need. They'll cover a panel as you're going so water can't get into it. And in this case, you're gonna have it with the beam lift, so you wanna make sure that you seal the backside right before you put on the C-channel. Seal it with caulking. There's caulking in the box. This is flashing. Usually you would need that a little bit more on if you're mounting to a wall, because you flash the wall, but you might not even need it. It just comes with the kit. All right, keep coming. These are your 3x3 posts right here. 3x3 posts. They go in the ground right here along the front, and then there's a bracket that I'll show you, then the post goes in, and then your header beam, 3x8 header beam sits on it. These are called sandwich plates. They're also the same as the 2x6 side rafter. They're just the same piece, but this one has foam in it, and it's made for the post. So this post will go up vertical, and then one of these, there's two for each one post, and it sandwiches it. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go through the box real quick. So these are the inside bottom brackets. They will be mounted on the concrete. You drill holes in them, and then you will use red heads, which are in here. I'll show you the red heads. Oh, there they are, first thing I grabbed. So these are the red heads, a washer and a nut, and a 3/8, and you drill a 3/8 hole through. Make sure you go all the way through the concrete and then vacuum it out. These are your 5/8 plugs for your side plates, anything you make a 5/8 hole with. It's good to use a 5/8 Forstner bit. These are your tips for your caulking. These are your touch-up paints for your panel, your roof, and your wrap kit, which is Spanish brown, and it looks like, pretty sure this is Spanish brown and desert sand. These are 3-inch 10s. I personally don't use them for a lot of things, but you could use them to attach your fan beams to the header beam. You really just use them for whatever you want. I don't know, keep them for something else. These are your numbered 8s, self-tapping, Spanish brown. Those are used to attach your rafter tails and just any connections that you want to use a little screw. These brackets are the 2x6 inside brackets, which I'll show you this real quick. This would be mounted onto this with a speed square, and then from there you would put your inside the bracket after it's mounted on, and you would tack it on both sides with those number 8s I just showed you, and then put a tack on the top of all caps. Put a tack on the top so they don't fall off. And again, these are the rafter tails that go on the front of the kit. I know some of this stuff's pretty obvious, but at least you'll have a video to look back at. And some of those. These are also used to connect the side piece, which I think we have a video on. You put it on the side. Let's go over it real quick. Come over. So when you're putting on the side wrap, you'll see the gutters up there. This would go 1 foot in. And that fascia would be on the front of the gutter, and it slides into this when you put it up. If you're confused about it, then You might have to find a video or call me. So that's another thing that's for. These are the number 10s. They're painted the same color as your C-channel. You're not really going to see them, but you use them to connect on the roof. You can use these or use these. Some people use these and then caulk them because they're a little bit easier to attach. These sometimes are harder because they leave gaps in between the panels because they're so big. But either one will work for the panel to header attachment. These are extra 10s that people use for the gutter attachment. I got these in here for you because you're gonna need them. Well, I don't know what you're gonna need for. I just said fascia mount, even though you're doing a roof mount. So, but those are 2-inch number 14s. They are helpful in other ways. I don't know. A lot of this stuff comes in the kit. Same as this. Like these are 2-inch 14 self-tapping. You don't really need those for a whole lot of stuff. I kind of added a few extra. These are for your connection for this. Like when you have this on the ground, your bottom post bracket, and you slide in your 3x3, you connect with these 14s painted. And then these 14s SMS sheet metal screws are for the attachment when you're attaching your side plates to your 3x3s. There's that. We're almost done. This would go on top of your header beam, like go up this way on your header beam, and your post, it would slide into your 3x3. So I'll show you real quick. It fits in your 3x3 like this, like that, and it would be connected to your header beam's upside down right now. So imagine here's your header beam when you have your post laid out, and that's the part that connects that's called the top post bracket. You got 4 of those. And then you got your elbows. You have 2 downspouts. So your 2x3 is going to be in your gutter. You're going to have 2 2x3 10-foot sticks. This is your drop outlet that goes into your gutter. And then you got 3 elbows that come down. You make a return. You use the 10-foot stick for all that. And your tubes of caulking. And then your gaskets right there. We have videos about that, but what might be good is to put the gasket on the channel before you slide it on the back of your roof when you're up there, from when you're above your beam lifts. And then that'll kind of make a seal on it so that if you want to seal the pans, you can put caulking in each section. And that's kind of, you have to think about that if you don't understand. All right, come over here. Next thing, last thing is your beam lifts. And these are, I looked at them, they look correct, 512. So up here, if you see this little rafter underneath here, it's going to go above that rafter, or space them out evenly. And you're going to have to take some tiles off and paper around it. I hire roofers whenever I was doing it because I don't want to deal with roofers. Maybe not roofers, I don't want to deal with leaks. And if you don't know how to do that, you get a professional. But these will mount on the roof, and then the 3-way beam sits on it. So you probably want to string line it across. Do one on one side, one on the other. One rule of thumb is to not go further back than the house. So if you did have a leak or failure, the water would at least only be leaking right here, not inside the house. That's just a little tip. But yeah, the beam lift, it's pretty cool. That's it. Cool. Yeah, that's all there is. If you have questions, let me know.